Hello everybody and welcome to another NASCAR Heat 5 career mode video. Today we're going to be going to the dirt road course at Jefferson. And let's get into it. So we're going to be doing the nationwide 25 here at Jefferson. And we're going to skip practice because I've been doing so much practice leading up to this race, knowing how bad I've been at this track. Our goal is a 111, 416, but I've been hitting 13s, 14s in practice. So we'll have to see how this goes as we're going to take this line through here. We're going to have to let off a little bit through that little straight, almost like a, kind of like Indianapolis. I'm going to go down the inside here trying to not do what I just did here going through the grass. But this, remember, is just our warm-up lap. It doesn't matter too much as we're going to take a really slow line through there. Staying in the grass. Terrible line, actually. We're going to barely make the wall. Actually, we do make contact with the wall. We're going to see if we can break as late as possible so we can get a fast run up into our actual lap. We make heavy contact with that outside wall, but not too much. Actually, that won't slow us down too much. Trying to get through into the hardest part of this track, like I'm gonna say, because of that, it is impossible to predict how your car is going to behave through these last few corners here. That one's fine, but this one is also terrible because you can barely get it right. As we make contact with the wall and we slow getting into our lap here. We're gonna have a slow lap here, and we do not take this line very well at all, except we do get that well, but we make contact with the outside wall. This is gonna be a terribly slow lap. So we're gonna try to take this inside, or this middle lane almost, through turn 3. Here comes turns 4, 5, and 6. It's going to take a better line than what we did in our warm-up lap, flying lap. We're going to get through into that second lane, hopefully, and we do. We're going to take down this middle lane, though. Down the outside, we're going to brake extremely late, trying to get into this corner, and we get it perfect this time. That is as best as we can get through that corner. We're going to get through the inside, full speed ahead. Going into this corner, we're going to brake a little bit, make contact with the inside wall. That's not terrible. As long as we get through the corner without hitting that outside wall, we should be fine. We cut that grass a little bit, but we're going to get through and get a hopefully better corner. This time we make contact. We're going to spin around, hopefully get the gas down as fast as possible, and we will get a 1:18.095 and qualify in 23rd. What a terrible lap, terrible lap, as we're going to try to get into the race, and we do not move up at all. What happened? Doesn't seem like anything happened because we should have moved up. Greg Willis isn't very happy with us. Kelly Cates is fast, apparently, which is strange, and she's all the way up in first. She never performs well. She's usually back where I'm starting, but apparently she decided to run fast this time because she is up on the pole. Is your green for stage 1 here in Jefferson, making contact with Anderson there, trying to get by Higgins now, down the inside to the inside of Cobb, and we get all the way up into, we'll see our position all the way up into 18th, battling Hoffman for 17th place as he is about to go around. Hopefully he can hold on, and we barely get through that corner in one piece. He's going to try to get past the 04 of Scott and the 00 of Russell as we come flying in to get past him onto the dragway. We're going to try to cut off Russell going into the dragway turn number 2. We're going to go around the outside. We get a terrible turn. We're going to have to not even let Russell by because he does not get a good turn either. We're going to get by him and hopefully catch up to this lead pack ahead of us. We're going to go terrible turn. Hopefully we don't make contact with the outside wall because that kills the corner. We're going to go, they're too wide up ahead of us, battling through the chicane here. So we're going to try to get past them now. It's going to be side by side with Day coming out of the corner. Make contact with Wood and Stevenson. We're going to try to get through this kink as best as we can. As we're going to go around the outside of Stevenson, and we get it to stick. It's going to be 3 wide coming out of the turn. Make contact with Stevenson as Wood gets past us, and he's going to go. Stevenson's going to go wide. We make contact with the inside wall, and Stevenson gets by us. And that's the 23 and the 64 going by us. After that, they're on the final lap of stage 1 here. So we're going to try to get past Hoffman, going down the inside now, getting up, hopefully to the 64 and 23, but we make contact with that wall, and we make contact with the outside wall again. And Russell is going to somehow, for some reason, stay behind us. And we're going to have to let the 76 car go by, but no, we go through a terrible first stage here as we're going to try to get past as best as we can. I always say as best as we can. We have heavy damage, but there's no time to repair that. And we're going to try to get through the hardest turns. Going through that left would probably be a lot easier than going through that right. It's going to go 1, 2, and that's the end of the stage. We finish in a terrible 18th position. So, we're going to be in 18th starting this second stage on the inside of Danny Hoffman and behind the 38 of Caleb Stevenson and the 23 of Higgins. We're going to go down the inside, making contact with Higgins. 3 wide off of the first turn, or last turn actually. He's going to go around the outside again of Stevenson. This happened last time. Except we're going to actually make it stick. This time we're going to be side by side with Stevenson coming out of turn, but we get a great run off the corner and get by him. We come a little bit hot into this turn 3, but we do keep a hold of our 15th position that we gained off of that restart. We're going to go full speed into the turn, getting all the way up to Wood, and getting past him now, going down the inside, and catching up to that 64 of Ryan. And we're going to go down the inside. Hopefully, by this turn, if we brake late enough, we do. We get by, and side by side Brock, we force him off the track a little bit, and this 64 gets by us again. And he is going to get loose, and we're going to go into that inside wall, making heavy contact, and we go around, making contact with Brock. No caution yet, but the whole pack, the whole second pack is held up. We're going to go down the inside of Higgins now with a heavily damaged car, but the engine has no damage, so we're going to keep trucking on. We make contact with Anderson, and we're going to be side by side, making contact with the wall, and Anderson goes around. Coming around to start this last lap of stage 2. Our Arrow is struggling right now. We're going to take a wide turn, and we get even wider turn through turn 2 here. And we're going to be side by side with 23, and we go into the inside. And we are having a terrible race right now, trying to get past that 38 of Stevenson at the moment. And he comes back and makes contact with us. We have a terribly slow car right now. Trying to get past Higgins now, going through the S's, make heavy contact with the wall, and we are struggling at the moment. I'm surprised we did not DNF. The front of our car is insanely smashed in. We have no Arrow. We make heavy contact with the wall again. It's the 76 catching up to us now, as we're going to try to get through this lap unscathed through the rest. I don't think it should be that hard, though, because our car is not fast enough to do anything terrible, but we do a terrible turn there. It's going to be the 76 going by the inside. We're going to let him go by, and we will finish again in 18th for the stage. But we're going to need to pit because our car is dead. So we're starting on the inside of the 00 of Russell in this final stage. You're green for the final stage here in Jefferson. We're going to go down the inside, making contact with Anderson and going side by side through this first kink with him. We're going to make contact with him, and he is going to keep it straight, unlike usually what happens, and we're going to be all the way back in last at the moment in this 4-star car. We're going to go down the inside, trying to get back up to Russell. And we do. Going to be side by side with him coming out of turn 3 and into the S's. We're going to be side by side, diving down the inside, outside of the 3 cars ahead of us. And we gain all the way up into 20th, but side by side with Cobb through turn 1 of the dragway. Here comes turn 2 of the dragway. We're going to go down the inside, trying to get past the 76 and the 17, and we do. All the way back up to 18th, where we would have been starting if I decided not to pit it. Now we're going to try to catch back up to Stevenson. Now we're going to be diving down the inside. Our car feels great at the moment because of not having much damage, even though we do not have damage after making contact with that inside wall. We're going to try to get back up to Hoffman, and we do. We're going to be right behind him coming out of that turn, but no, he's going to get by us. But we're going to be side by side, hopefully getting a great run off the corner, but no. We make contact with that inside wall. We really like making contact with that inside wall. And we're going to get a terrible, terrible corner. We make contact with the outside wall this time and are stopped by it. There's no bounce, and we're all the way side by side with Russell now. And try to dive down the inside as best we can here. I really like saying as best we can, as we're going to hopefully not get any farther back than we are right now and make contact with that inside wall. Man, I'm just making fun of myself at this point. And we go really wide and let Russell by. This is probably the end of our race. I'm going to now start calming down again because there's no way we get back up to anywhere meaningful as Kelly Cates is running away with this race. She is ahead by probably about a second, as I can see on that mini-map. We're going to go down the inside, hopefully, of Russell now, though. Hopefully we don't finish in dead last. I don't think we've ever finished in the points at this track. Maybe in the playoffs last year. I can't remember exactly how good we finished. We're going to go try to go down the inside, catching back up to that 04 car of Scott, making slight contact with him, but keeping it straight. We're going to go down the inside. Hopefully we can actually take this turn good again. And we do. He's coming out right behind Foster with a great run off the corner. It's because we're going to be able to go down the inside, up to Cobb even, and making contact with our teammate. And we're going to be ahead of her now, up into 20th. We're going to go full speed, making contact with the 17 of Day, and we're going to go around. We spin and go back to 22nd, though, because the other 2 cars are extremely slow, because even after we spin, they still are behind us. As Kate's coming around the final turn, it looks like at the moment to start the final lap, is we are all the way back here. This race is a lost cause unless there's a caution right now, which there wasn't, and that is going to probably be it. Is we're going to dive bomb our teammate of Cobb, make contact with her, and she gets past us again. We can really not catch a break in this race as we're going to get really loose out of the chicane as we get sideways, making contact with that inside wall. I feel like I've said that a million times today. We're going to try to at least make a good turn here as we don't. Making contact with Cobb and spinning her around. We are both spun around now. And she is now side by side with that 00 car, I believe that is. And we are now in dead last. Cobb will not be happy with me after that because I completely misjudged that corner and spun her out. But we're going to take this full speed again, catching up to her. We're going to go past Russell and up into 22nd place. But it's just us 3 back here. And the race is about to end. I see Kate taking the checkered flag for her first win of the year. And there goes everybody else. I'm looking at the mini-map right now. Not really good racetrack. If we get through cleanly, and that is going to be it. We're going to hopefully maybe catch up to Scott, but no, that's not going to happen. We go way too sideways through this turn. It's impossible to go right through that. To go the correct direction in that turn because of how difficult it is to judge. And it'll finish in 22nd. terrible race. Terrible, terrible race. As we're going to have to see how bad this affects our playoff position. So, we finished in 22nd, like I said, and gained 7 fans with Kelly Cates having the fastest lap. And we are going to be going with 2 races left until the playoffs. And next, we are going to the Fanatec Fairgrounds, I believe. We are, and we need to... Oh, our teammate right now of Matthew Day is our rival, and Anthony Norton is angry. That's why we are leaving next year. In our playoff standings, we are out. We are 11 points out of the playoffs right now. We need to either win or get these points so we can actually get into the playoffs for our first season ever. But that'll be it for today's video, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.